All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to, yes, not another Dragon Ball Legends video. For a while now, you guys know that I've been kind of pushing to try, or I've been saying that I want to push for new content, try new things. We tried the Twitch clips, didn't perform that well. I totally understand. I don't have the audience really for it, but I'm not going to stop because a lot of you guys are obviously only watching me for Dragon Ball Legends, but I'm really hoping a lot of you guys will stick around when we start pushing for a newer kind of content. More specifically, my banner, I updated it a long time ago. You can see there's a lot of big PlayStation influence on it. I'm a PlayStation console gamer at heart. I really am. And at 5'9", I've been doing a lot of coverage on, some of the general gaming news and whatnot. But I really want to push my channel into more general gaming, into more specifically PlayStation gaming, because I'm a PlayStation gamer. So I really hope you guys will stick around, check out the videos, but I'm letting you know right now, I'm definitely going to be pushing off Dragon Ball Legends a little bit and really pushing for more console gaming, specifically PlayStation content on the channel. News, new trailer reactions, discussion-based stuff. Again, I just want to look more into what I think I can do for the channel that's not just Dragon Ball Legends, right? Will I stop Dragon Ball Legends? I'm not aiming for it, but I mean, it's definitely stopping. It's going to be cut back for a little bit. I'll be honest with you guys. It's definitely going to get cut back a little bit. Probably more so like summons and like a showcase of on the same day, maybe something like that. But I'm really going to be pushing for PlayStation content. That's going to be my wave. It's going to be my start. So again, I hope I can get the support from you guys to continue checking out the channel and watching for this new form of content. I know it's going to be hitting low in views. We're going to be starting over, but again, it's the price you pay, right, for wanting to switch up your content. So again, I appreciate all of you that are watching this so far and are going to watch the rest of this video. For those of you that are not totally understand, you only want to see the Legends content. Again, I totally get that. So hopefully for you newcomers, welcome to the channel, and let's talk about what I have in front of us right here, which is PlayStation blog, pretty much talking about the PlayStation VR Spotlight event that happened today. Essentially, 6 upcoming VR games kind of got some spotlight, some more details about them. I only picked a couple that I just wanted to look a little bit more into. There's one that I'm actually really excited for. Now, my experience with VR gaming, it's not there, but I have had experience with the PlayStation VR from a friend. So I've tried out Carnival games from 2K, which again, it was a really cool experience. And I've also played the Iron Man VR game. And I think, what was the other one? I think it was like a tech demo for like Kingdom Hearts, I think it was, like the orchestra thing. Or if not that, it was not just that, but I think it was a Spider-Man one too. So my VR experience is not really there, but I want to get a PlayStation VR. I'm waiting now because it just got announced last week of the PlayStation VR 2, or the next generation of PlayStation VR, in development. So I'm holding everything for that. I think for me personally, when I use the PlayStation VR, sometimes I would get headaches and whatnot. So I just wasn't really trying to jump into VR too much. But a lot of these games that I'm seeing here look really sick, and I think they're worth talking about. And again, kind of jumping into my channel with some PlayStation content, we got some cool news. Let's go ahead and jump into it with that. So starting with the first game that I want to look more into here, I was looking at Fract. PlayStation VR action adventure Fract launches this summer exclusively, by the way, on the PlayStation VR. This comes from Steve Watt, creative director at Dreams. Grab your PlayStation VR and your Move controllers. A true trailblazing made for VR action adventure is coming this summer. Fract seamlessly combines fast-paced one-to-one run and cover gameplay, or gunplay, not gameplay, with exhilarating free running, skiing, and climbing that has never been seen before on VR. Let's look at the trailer. And again, I checked it out a little bit here. They pretty much kind of broke it down to clips below, but I figured we kind of just react to it. So as you can see, there's some skiing experience. This is an interesting game. It's an action game, action adventure game, but like there's an emphasis on skiing, which is actually, it seems pretty interesting. Climbing is another one. There was running. Obviously, there's cover with shooting. For the creators of Phantom Covert Ops. Again, I don't know too much about the other VR games out there. I've only seen so many. It's the end of the fracking world. I don't have the sound on because they're playing a copyright song that I'm not going to play. But this looks really good. And it's I think one of the big things with VR, right, is like the on rails experience that most of them are, where it kind of like, automatically walks you through it. You kind of just more so are looking around and, kind of interacting, whether that's shooting or whatever the game is. So this looks like it's, they're really pushing for it to not feel like that. Let's jump down a little bit more into it because there's some more details that we get from the team. I love gaming and I love VR. It has so much potential, especially for us gamers. Since I started working in VR many years ago, I've longed for a proper action adventure that includes the gameplay depth and freedom of traditional games, with the immersion and control you only get in VR. I don't just want to play games and watch movies on the TV when I can literally be the hero in my very own VR action movie. I'm also frustrated by the limitations of on-rails and stationary experiences, which is what I kind of just mentioned here. We've moved beyond this, so with Fract, we set out to create a VR game from the ground up that does all this, seamlessly combining combat and free traversal gameplay in a single experience, just like transitioning between on foot and driving when getting in and out of cars in an action game. Again, they're really pushing for the fact that you'll just be running, like you can see right here, and then you might be climbing in another second. Again, shooting, gunplay. There was ziplining, I think I saw a little bit, and skiing, which is it's just an interesting combination. But again, it'll probably make for a fun VR experience, right? That's the whole point of this. Let me see. We'll read some of this, not all this. In fact, we've cast a player as a hero thrown into the fight, stuck deep inside a mountain, frackling facility. The region has been taken over by an army of gun-wielding interdimensional maniacs known as, you guessed it, the Fract. As the last hope for the world, you must take them down before it's all too late. We're not going for subtle here. It's bold, brash, uncompromising in its vision. Look at the skiing gameplay. It looks a lot of fun. I'm sure, again, they're really going to push for you to make it like that VR experience. You probably got to, push with each side, each hand, to get that full experience. You might have to transition from that to like, oh, grab the zip line, start shooting everybody. Like, it's cool. This sounds like it's a lot of fun. I'm sure there's other games on the PlayStation store that probably are similar to this, but this looks really good, and they're really promising for, right, that more of a seamless transition, not so much on-rails experience, which is really cool. Dropping here. We kind of saw this from the trailer, right? Just little bits and bits. I'll read this last part right here. And so the gameplay, it's fast, exhilarating, and accessible. Skiing, running, climbing, base jumping, ziplining are all possible and all happen seamlessly and fluidly. No on-rails gameplay and cinematic cutscenes here. Everything is one-to-one and driven by the player's controls, movements, and actions. Combat is unconstrained to combining free movement for outflanking foes with one-to-one grabbable cover and tactile weapon reloading. What we've shown so far is just scratching the surface. We can't wait to show the breadth and variety of the games in the coming months. This looks really good. This is one of the games that I saw from the list, and I was like, I'm really, really excited for this. Let's look at the next one. This one grabbed my attention a little bit. This is called Song in the Smoke from 17-Bit Games. I'm going to drop down a little bit here. The big question is, how long can you survive, right? That's what Rich McCormick says here in this article. I have one question. How do I survive the night? In a game that has a mixture of like crafting, right? Making a weapon, surviving. What's cool is, here's some screenshots. Obviously you can tell you can have that VR bow experience, right? The environments look really cool. I like it. A lot of people that I know are always like, oh, the like VR games, like the graphics always look like trash. I think it's fair to say though that like that's different kind of tech, right? That's obviously it's hard to explain it, but like that's just a different kind of like development when it comes to VR games versus like your regular console games or your PC games and whatnot. So I mean, for me personally, for a VR game, this looks good. This looks interesting. There's three. I think it's just these three here that I wanted to just kind of bring up to kind of summarize a little bit of what the game is looking like. Okay. Song in the Smoke's world is beautiful yet deadly, yet a deadly one. But fortunately, it also gives the player a range of options to keep themselves alive for another day. I cycle through them quickly as the monster in the bushes comes closer. I could craft a stronger weapon. I have a tree branch. I could take my knife to it, carve it down into the perfect shape for a new bow, before stringing it with sinew? I don't exactly know what that means, but I'm assuming that's maybe like the seaweed or the grass or something, right? That I dried yesterday. Or should I break the wood, snapping it into two with the motion of my hands, which, the VR, I get that, I understand that, before burning it for a vital warmth, hoping that the flames last all night and keep whatever is stalking me at bay. Or I could turn the tables. By trying to hunt what is hunting me, I can hide from the beast and then find it by tracking its scent and following its footprints, taking the time to crouch and sharpen my senses in the cover of long grass before lining up a shot. I almost said short. A shot with my bow and losing an arrow into its heart. Or maybe I should explore, try to find a new camping spot before the sun goes down. I saw a strange green glow on the top of a cliff yesterday, but night was closing in and I needed to get back to the warmth of my fire. There's still some daylight. I could climb that rock face and uncover some mysteries, taking a torch to light my way and scare off the beast at night. survive or die. Again, just more screenshots. It's a survival game, right? And I think that's the premise of it. But what's cool is the fact that, like, again, this is a VR experience. So you getting the wood, having to burn it, you might having to break the wood and maybe in pieces to make a fire. Look at your surroundings. If you got to climb a ledge or something like that and get away from whatever's trying to kill you, make a bow, make a club the guy had. Like, again, it's a VR experience, so that to me sounds fun. We've played tons of survival games at this point. A VR survival game, it honestly sounds like a lot of fun. So again, there's probably already games like this already on the store. My knowledge is limited, but this looks really cool, and I'm looking forward to this. Plus, and it also kind of seems like it has some little, like, like suspenseful, maybe some suspense to this game. It talked like, are you afraid of the dark? Maybe some, I wouldn't say horror, but I mean, it probably has some, like, suspenseful moments and whatnot. No, this looks really good. Jump into the next one. Not the screenshot. This is another one from the creators of Arizona Sunshine. After the Fall brings fast-paced co-op FPS action to PlayStation VR. Now, I think it's just a little trailer here, but it doesn't really show any gameplay. But it just shows an upcoming co-op game, action co-op game, or co-op action FPS. Let me see. There's no music in this one, so I think we can play the volume here. This looks cool. I just like it because, like, the actual graphics of the game so far, from what I've seen, or from what you see in the trailer here, it looks interesting. Yeah, this is probably a lot of fun. I keep wondering when we're gonna get like a Phasmophobia VR experience for, like, the PlayStation VR. I would love to see something like that on here. Again, maybe that already exists. I don't know, but I mean, it'd be interesting to kind of see. Yeah, this could potentially be it. What's cool is, I think what's really nice is that, like, VR gaming it's come from what I've experienced back in the day. It's like it's the technology and just the development is really starting to get to a place where it doesn't feel, again, so like on rails experience or whatnot. Like, this seems really good. Again, this isn't gameplay or anything, but I can imagine if it's like the other games, right, where they're really trying to push out of that, again, like on rails experience. This looks really good. Oh my god, this looks like Back 4 Blood a little bit. That enemy looked a little bit like Back 4 Blood. No, this looks really good. Yeah, this is mainly a cinematic trailer.
Going to the mall sure hits differently these days.
All right, cool. So that's After the Fall. We just watched the trailer a little bit there. Again, there's not too much. I mean, they kind of talk about the game itself. You see, it was a cinematic trailer, as we know. But obviously, there's going to be, let me see, I think it mentions, like, there's hordes of monsters. You're obviously in, like, a city kind of environment, a kind of setting. You work, again, this has, like, a co-op. There's a co-op sense to the game, right, where you want to play with others. Probably has some, like, survivalness to it. Let me jump down a little bit, because obviously we can be reading some of this stuff, right, not just guessing. Let me see. Aside from the cinematic trailer, sometime during the next couple of weeks, we'll be revealing an all-new gameplay trailer showing off what to expect when you're venturing out into the world of After the Fall with your friends, players you meet in the camp, or in a friendly AI companions that will be at your side if you're going at it solo. Keep your eyes peeled. Armed with full VR motion controls on dual PlayStation Move controllers or the PlayStation VR aim controller, After the Fall will make you feel like your favorite, slightly overpowered 1980 action hero as you engage in the game's high-paced combat with real-life movements. Again, it looks really interesting. I think a lot of it for me was just like, okay, cool, another co-op experience to be looking forward to, but in VR. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking more forward to seeing more co-op, more online, maybe multiplayer VR games, which, good segue into this. Expansive JRPG-inspired MMO, Zenith, is coming to PlayStation VR. This looks awesome. Immerse yourself alongside others in a colorful open world featuring thrilling action RPG. This comes from CEO of Ramen VR, Andy Thiessen, I'm going to say. Our team loves anime, MMOs, and VR, but there was nothing out there that combined all three for a satisfying experience. We set out to build Zenith because it was the game we wanted to play, and because we believed that many of you would feel the same. the world. Zenith is a VR MMO that marries a colorful open world with adrenaline pumping action adventure gameplay. Our game has a beautiful handcrafted environments that you'll spend hours getting lost in, from lush canopies in the Amorite Forest, I think I said that right, to turquoise blue waters at the Radiant Coast, to the hyper-futuristic city of Zenith itself. We built a stylized fantasy world dripping with detail. Of course, beautiful scenery is only part of making Zenith feel like a living world. We've also invested lots of time on lore, infusing the setting with intricate details that bring it to life. Now I'm gonna jump down here a little bit. It kind of shows the different aspects of the game. Is there an actual trailer for this? No, cool. So they're kind of just giving me some screenshots along with, like I said, like this little like video GIF kind of what you see here, right? So let's jump down. Let's go through all of it. The movement. With such a massive world, we also want to give you unparalleled freedom of movement. Again, what did you expect from VR games? That whole on-rails experience. In Zenith, you can climb anything. Use your hands to climb up the sides of skyscrapers or giant cliff faces, discovering secret areas and searching for hidden treasure. You have limited stamina, which increases as you explore the world, so you'll need to plan your ascent carefully. Soar through the skies using your gliding system to quickly fly to distant areas of the map, get the drop on some enemies, or just take the view. I don't know why that for some reason just gives me the, like, even looking at some of this here, some of the textures and looking at some of the world and stuff like that, kind of screams like Breath of the Wild, Genshin Impact. Like, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of this trend lately. But then again, that's just for me personally, what I feel like I'm just getting from that off the top of my head here. Let me see. Combat looks like fun, an intuitive experience where you definitely feel like you probably have to like block, slash the right way. That's cool. Not new. That's been done before, but they're bringing it over to this game. Combat, the most amazing open world doesn't mean squat if we don't have a deep core gameplay or deep core game loop to keep you satisfied for hours. And that's exactly what we aim to deliver with our hyper immersive combat system that's only possible in VR. Now, while many MMORPGs feel like spreadsheet simulators, Zenith feels tactile and simple to learn. Instead of learning a million formulas about damage, you'll be mastering intuitive mechanics like throwing, blocking, dodging. Parry the cold steel of your enemy's blade, slam your staff like a wizard, and even dodge arrows while slowing time. Dude, looks really cool. And again, as you can see here, I think there was like a bit of a parry right there. He's slashing it up. Is that a dual swords? Bro, anytime MMORPG game with dual swords, bro, I like that. That's me right there. I mean, that's what it looks like, right? A dual sword system right there. That's a parry here. Let me see, what's this one look like? Maybe just some straight up just combat. And again, this has an MMORPG feel to it. So let's jump down to that part of it, right? There's gonna be some magic there, but you can see too. Massively multiplayer online. No MMORPG would be complete without the massively multiplayer ingredient, and we're no exception. The social experience is especially important to us as developers because we believe that online games can empower people and build relationships as strong as real life. No joke, I got married to my wife in Final Fantasy XIV before we got married in real life. That's so freaking cool. Awesome. It says Zenith will feature loads of party content, including epic world bosses, public events, and dungeons. Particularly challenging content will require careful coordination, and that's where our guild system comes into focus. Start your own guild with your friends and rise to prominence as you join an established guild to conquer Zenith's greatest challenges. Again, customize your classes to fit your playstyle. Dude, this looks great. I'm so looking forward to this. Again, as someone who I've never experienced an MMORPG game that's available currently on VR. I know there's like VR chat and stuff like that. I've seen like those other kind of games, but this seems like it's this has like obviously like that action RPG aspect to it, right? But for a VR game, so to me this looks super sick, and I think this is the one that I saw that I was most looking forward to. Again, I know for me personally, I won't be touching any of these games, but eventually when I do get that PlayStation VR 2, that's when I will be touching some of these games, right? Hopefully at that point, we'll see them lower in price. Hopefully they're still, popular and whatnot. But I'm just really happy to see PlayStation really still pushing for VR games and whatnot. There's some exclusive ones. I'm sure there's other ones that are coming out to other platforms. But again, ones like this really catches my eye, and it looks really, really sick. An MMORPG VR game. Again, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I hope a lot of you guys that are watching this or watched up until this point, seriously, I hope you guys support the push for doing more PlayStation-centered content on the channel. Let's see how it goes, right? It's going to be an experimental thing. Let's hope to see that it does well. This is really what I want to push for my channel, what I really want to do. So I hope I get you guys support for it. But all right, I'm going to end it here. I'm Lethal1Up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.